Hey, let's talk about this game update because update 1.0113 for Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown has just landed and there is a ton of stuff packed inside it. I want to take the time to really unpack everything with you, not just a quick skim through of patch notes, but actually walking through what this means for the game, how it feels for us as players, and what's shifting in the experience. This update is much bigger than it looks on paper because it's not just small tweaks, it's shaping the way the game feels and functions moving forward, and that's worth a proper conversation. So, first off, the Casino Hub is finally here in its full form. And honestly, this is one of those things that players have been waiting to see fleshed out since the game first teased it. It's not just a fancy background building anymore. It's an actual place where you can spend time, interact, and it actually feels like part of the world. They added the cashier system so you can buy and sell casino chips directly, which on its own already changes the loop of how you think about money and in-game economy. Chips aren't just something you toss around, they become a resource you manage, and suddenly those little wins or losses at the slots matter a lot more because you've got a direct line between chips and the rest of the game. Speaking of the slots, let's talk about that Golden Dragon machine. This thing has become the center of attention because it's got payouts that go up to 1,000,000 casino chips, which is a ridiculous number. And the way it's set up, it pulls you in because you know that just maybe if you hit the right spin, you could walk away feeling like a high roller in game. It's not just about throwing a few chips in and watching a real spin, that it's about that fantasy of risk and reward that Test Drive Unlimited has always flirted with. The whole vibe of the series has always been about luxury and lifestyle as much as cars. So having a casino that's functional, flashy, and capable of changing your in-game wallet is such a good fit. They also reworked the shop items in the casino, making it more appealing to actually spend time there. Now, it's not just about gambling or throwing chips around, Biff, but about looking at what's on offer and deciding if you want to use your hard-earned chips on style and cosmetics. And let's be real here, for a game like this, the ability to show off is half the fun. Cars, outfits, lifestyle items, they all matter because this isn't just racing, it's building an identity inside a big shared world. There's even a neat bonus for people who grab the collector edition of the game. Those physical chips you might have just thought of as fun collectibles, well, now they actually redeem as in-game casino chips. It's a small thing, but it's clever because it blurs the line between real-world items and digital rewards, and it makes those collector's edition buyers feel like they actually got something meaningful beyond just a box to put on a shelf. Now let's talk about one of the biggest quality of life features added, which is the cash out system. This is one of those things that sounds simple on paper, but completely changes how the casino fits into the economy. Before, chips were kind of a closed loop. You got them, you used them, you lost them, and that was it. But now you can convert them back to solar coins, which means your time in the casino isn't just isolated fun. It's directly connected to progression. Suddenly, playing slots isn't just a gamble for kicks. It's a potential way to fund that next car purchase or upgrade. And that creates a whole new layer of decision making. Do you risk it for a bigger win, or do you cash out and walk away with some extra currency for something guaranteed? While the casino was the big flashy part of the update, the cars didn't get ignored either. Lamborghini fans are going to notice something huge because you now have manual control over active aero deployment. That means you're not just passively watching the car adjust itself, you're actually in charge of how those aerodynamics affect your drive. It's the kind of small technical detail that makes hardcore car enthusiasts light up because it gives you another layer of interaction, another way to feel like you're actually controlling a machine instead of just steering a digital toy. The Apollo IE ultim love with an upgraded sound profile. Now you've got proper pops, crackles, and even interior gear noise that makes the whole experience way more visceral. That car has always been about being aggressive and extreme, so hearing it snarl and snap like that really brings out its personality. You're not just driving it, you're feeling it through the speakers. And honestly, sound design is one of those underappreciated things that can completely change how connected you feel to a car. The Diablo VT also didn't get left behind, with a brand new sound file that includes a more satisfying backfire. And let's be real here, half the fun of cars like the Diablo isn't just their looks or speed, it's that soundtrack that makes your spine tingle when you step on the gas. So these changes might sound minor, but for people who spend hours behind the wheel, it's a major upgrade in immersion. Now, updates like this aren't just about the shiny new stuff. They also tackled a whole bunch of fixes and quality of life changes that quietly make the game better in the background. Stability is a huge one. They put in work to reduce crashes, especially ones tied to the new season. Nothing kills the flow of a game faster than unexpected crashes, so while you might not notice it in a flashy way, it's a big deal for overall player satisfaction. UI improvements also came in strong this time. For example, the missing MPH and KMH labels in Arabic and Russian versions are fixed, which is one of those little details that makes the game more accessible and respectful to everyone playing. Same thing with truncated reward names in Spanish. They've been corrected, which might sound like a small localization tweak, but imagine playing a game and constantly seeing chopped off text in your language. Fixes like these make the game feel more polished and professional for everyone. They also sorted out things like emote thumbnails loading incorrectly or the weird blur effect in photo mode when looking at slot machines. It's those tiny things that can break immersion, and getting rid of them makes the game feel smoother overall. Quests also got attention, like the Greetings from Shek O challenge being adjusted. It used to have a really tight time requirement, and now it's been changed to 3 minutes and 30 seconds, which feels a bit more realistic. Sometimes it's not about making a quest easier or harder, it's about making it fairer. And that's the kind of tweak that shows they're listening to player feedback. There were also a bunch of issues around achievements and daily challenges not working correctly, and those have been patched up. Same goes for leaderboard problems and friends list display bugs. It's all part of that constant maintenance that keeps a live service game like this from feeling broken. They even handled time cycle issues when teleporting into hubs, so you won't suddenly see the world shift weirdly from day to night anymore. It's the kind of small polish that makes transitions smoother and the world feel more consistent. On the platform side, things got specific love. PC saw some cleanups like the removal of unused elements, and console players got some critical stability boosts. Xbox specifically had a nasty quick resume crash bug that's now fixed, which is a relief for anyone who likes hopping in and out of games quickly. PlayStation players saw some SDK updates too, though interestingly, Hori controller support was temporarily pulled until they can update it properly. It's a bit of a pain if you're one of the few using those, but at least it's a temporary measure rather than leaving it half broken. So when you look at the whole picture, this update does two really important things at once. On one hand, it adds flashy, lifestyle-driven content with the casino hub that makes the game feel richer and more luxurious. On the other hand, it quietly fixes, polishes, and stabilizes the core game so that all those flashy features actually sit on a solid foundation. That balance is what makes this patch special. It's not just fun gimmicks, and it's not just bug fixes. It's a blend of both, which is what this game really needs at this stage of its life. And here's the thing. Updates like this don't just affect how we play now, they set the tone for the future. By putting effort into sound design upgrades, quest balancing, localization, and casino integration, the developers are showing they want this to be a long-term world where people feel invested. It's not just about racing from point A to point B anymore. It's about being part of a living, breathing luxury environment where your choices, whether that's betting at the slots, buying a car, or tweaking a quest time, actually matter. The community reaction so far has been interesting too. Some people are excited about the casino and love the idea of big payouts and cashing out into solar coins, while others are cautious, wondering if this tilts the balance too much toward gambling mechanics. That's a fair concern, but the way it's set up right now feels more like an optional side activity than a requirement, and as long as it stays that way, it should be a fun addition rather than a problem.